Okay, I don't know how that looked on your end. Internet is being a little finicky with me this morning. Hello and welcome to Inspirational Message Monday here on the Everyday is a New Day show. My name is Kim O'Neill and I'm excited. I'm excited to be with you. I'm excited for our conversation and I'm really excited for the particular passage I'm going to be reading to you today from a book that I've read from before, and have another awesome passage to share with you. So really quick, want to say a quick hello to those who are with me live on Facebook or on YouTube. Go ahead and say hello in the comments. Let me know that you're here. And I don't affirm this enough. And so I just want to take a moment to say, every day is a new day, right? Every day is a new day. What are you doing to embrace that for yourself, to really soak that up? What a gift that is for you, for all of us. Just had to make sure to say that today. Hello, Betty. Good to see you. Good to see you here. Yes. And I must acknowledge, I had a question recently from someone who saw one of my videos on YouTube, and they asked, "Are you a life coach?" And that is a great question because I know there are a lot of different terms used these days and it might be confusing. So I just want to affirm for everyone that yes, while I refer to myself as a confidence coach or may talk about different subjects, it all falls into the lane of life coach. So if anybody has any additional questions, feel free to reach out and ask those. So before I share today's passage, I'm going to start one more thing before we read today's passage with today's Abraham Hicks desk calendar excerpt for today's date. So this is being recorded on July 12th, 2021. And I recently, actually, it was still on June 22nd, okay? And a couple times this morning, it was just kind of drawing my attention. And I was like, okay, fine. Let's see what today's excerpt is or passage is for the 12th. And I simply turned it over and there was July 12th. So that was just my confirmation. So here we have July 12th. Abraham Hicks says, "These teachings have been designed for the powerful reason of helping you realign with the energy that is really you. And in that process, you will return to your natural joy. Oh, and yes, there will be the added side benefit of helping you achieve anything you have ever desired." And so not only am I sharing this simply because my attention was drawn to it, but because it also speaks to the passage I'm going to read you from Brene Brown's Braving the Wilderness, the quest for true belonging and the courage to stand alone. And so I have been making an effort to read this book in its entirety, and I came across a 3-page excerpt, which is really a story that Brene tells in here, that I think, for different reasons, is very relevant to today's times. Now, I am here in the US, and of course, we're all experiencing different things, but there are a lot of common themes. And so what I want to first just preface with is, if you're interested in this, then I encourage you to stay till the end of the story when the point is really driven home, and I just love it. And so the topic, the subject matter within the story, you may or may not relate to. If you can, just look at the situation itself, okay? So it's not so much about the subject matter, but the type of situation she is describing. And so with that, let's get to it. So I am moving over to, it's actually page 100. And again, it's a 3-page story that I'm going to read to you. And I don't think I need to give any backstory because it's going to be obvious within the passage. So here we go. Late last year, I was talking to a group of people at an event, and I mentioned that my father and I were looking forward to teaching my son how to shoot skeet. One woman looked horrified and said, "I'm very surprised to hear that you're a gun lover. You don't strike me as the NRA type." If you're reading her comment as aggressive and pointed, then I've communicated it inaccurately. There was contempt and disgust on her face. I replied, "I'm not sure what you mean by gun lover or the NRA type." She sat straight up in her chair. "If you're teaching your child how to shoot a gun, then I'm assuming that you support gun ownership and the NRA." There it was, the false dichotomy. If I support gun ownership, then I support the National Rifle Association. No way. I'm not buying it. Of all of the lobbying organizations I've studied over the past 20 years, not one of them has done a better job using fear and false dichotomies than the NRA. Today's NRA rhetoric employs the ominous they and forces us versus them language over and over. Allow anyone to buy any type of gun and ammunition when and wherever they want, or they will break down your door, take away your guns, crush your freedom, kill everyone you love, and put an end to the American way. They are after us. They are coming. That's the biggest bunch of BS I've heard since someone told me, if you own a gun, any gun, you might as well be the one pulling the trigger in all of these terrible mass shootings. No and no. I'm going to just pause for a moment and just refresh again and say, this is not about gun ownership, okay? That's what I meant by subject matter. This is not about gun ownership. This is not about NRA. Through this story, there's a bigger point that we're moving towards, okay? Okay, so Brene, I took a deep, don't lose your ish breath, smiled and said, "You're 1 for 2 on your assumptions. I do support responsible gun ownership. I do not in any way support the NRA just because I support responsible gun ownership." She looked mad and confused. "But with all the school shootings, I don't understand why you don't support gun control." Come on, sister. I absolutely do support common sense gun laws. I believe in background checks and waiting periods. I don't believe that it should be legal to sell automatic weapons, large magazines, or armor-piercing bullets. I don't believe in campus carry. She continued on. She was so angry at this point. She spit out, "You either support guns or you don't." Because I was already working on this book, I said the thing that I felt my entire life, but was either too afraid to say or didn't have the words. I mustered up the empathy I could and said, "I know that this is a hard and heartbreaking issue, but I don't think you're hearing me. I'm not going to participate in a debate where this issue is reduced to you either support guns or you don't. It's too important. If you want to have a longer conversation about it, I'm happy to do that. And I wouldn't be surprised if the same issues piss us off and scare us." She excused herself and stormed away. She probably hates me. The small group of people who are standing with us may hate me. You may hate me. Who knows? It's not always the happy ending from some movie, but I'll take it if it's real. Here's why the ending works for me. I knew exactly what I could have said in that moment to position myself as the darling of the group. I could have betrayed my actual beliefs and made myself the hero in a heartbeat. I could have avoided the confrontation entirely. You didn't have to be Sherlock Holmes to know that everyone standing in the group preferred no guns or, at the very least, no uncomfortable conversations about guns. I also could have opted to stay quiet. Or I could have lost my ish. But instead, I belonged to me. I did the best I could to debunk the either-or argument. I chose to be out in the open, away from the safety of the ideological bunker that the room had become. And I was decent. I was respectful to her and to myself. I felt alone in the wilderness, but it was okay. I may not have been liked, and that didn't feel so great, but I was in my integrity. And the group may have felt betrayed by my answer or my willingness to get into a tough conversation, but still, and most important, I didn't betray myself. To know you can navigate the wilderness on your own. To know that you can stay true to your beliefs, trust yourself, and survive it. That is true belonging. I want to go back. So that was the end of it. And I want to go back up to, so I love that last sentence. And then I want to go back up just a paragraph above where she says, I could have done all these things. I could have, I could have been the darling of the group. I could have betrayed my actual beliefs. I could have avoided confrontation, all of these things. But instead, I belonged to me. I love that so much. I love it, love it, love it. And so, as you can see, if we go back to today's passage, these teachings have been designed for the powerful reason of helping you realign with the energy that is really you. We can think that we are safer when we betray ourselves, when we go against what is our truth, what is most authentic for ourselves, because we may be thinking that that is keeping us safe, keeping us from feeling those unsafe feelings of, oh crap, if I'm true to myself and say what I truly feel and think, then I'm going to be lost in this wilderness, this unknown territory where who knows what will happen. I may be abandoned. I may be attacked. I may be fully supported and loved, or maybe some other possibility, right? And so I share this because we've all had some circumstance like this in our life. Again, this was not about gun ownership. This was about being on opposite sides of a topic, of a discussion, of conversation, a difficult conversation, and choosing you. Choosing what is true for you. I want to go back to the title here. I'm going to keep drawing it home until I've made all the points that I want to make here. So, and I know I've got the overlay on the screen that might be covering it up a little bit. Braving the wilderness, which is just another way of saying the unknown, the quest for true belonging, and the courage to stand alone. Reframing how we may define belonging. Often that may be seen as being part of a group, belonging to others, an organization, a mindset, whatever it may be. But something that, the typical notion is that it may involve other people to some capacity. And if we think about that, well, you may belong to another group, but if that means you're also being untrue to yourself, then where's the authenticity? And isn't that also a form of wilderness? Because you are then choosing to take on things that are foreign to you and somehow claim and make them your own, which really you're patching up the beautifulness of your true authenticity. And so I love that this is taking it back to the individual and starting from being true to yourself and having that as the solid inner foundation that you belong most truly to. Because from that place, and the more you get to know who you authentically are, oh my goodness, the more you get to know who you authentically are, what you are okay with, what you're willing to do or not do, that's less of a wilderness than being in a space or a room filled with people who disagree with you or whatever it may be. Because you know what that feels like and what that looks like, and allowing yourself to be comfortable in that space. Oh my goodness. So I just freaking love this. Again, braving the wilderness, the quest for true belonging, and the courage to stand alone. Because then think about that. When you are true to yourself and allow that to be your barometer of other people you choose to align with or partner up with, team up with, How awesome, right? You not only belong to yourself, but then you also have other people. We tend to use the phrase like-minded. I've used that many times, but I just recently was reading somewhere where someone used the phrase like valued. I love that. How awesome to be true to your own values and then connect with other people who have similar values. Woo! That sounds like a power team. That sounds awesome to me. So let me take a quick look at your comments here. Betty, you know what? I love it, Betty. Betty's being honest. She's saying, thinking about that one. Yeah, it definitely gives a lot to think about for sure. And I have SJ Paz here who is saying, what a brilliant story passage from this book to choose to read today, Kim. Thank you. So apt and appropriate now for these times. I'm glad you agree. I'm glad you agree. Yes, I agree, clearly. And yeah, affirming like valued, absolutely. So, you know, in these times when things can be so polarized, for whatever reason, you know, whatever it may be, whether it be politics or just anything that's polarizing these days, right? Are you being true to yourself? And if you haven't yet, then I will just say, you know, now's a beautiful time because that's what many people are getting clear on, and shifting behaviors and the way they think about that, and allowing themselves to get to know themselves on a deeper level. And so I love it. That's often a lot of the work that the coaching work that I do with my coaching clients tends to have something to do with being authentic and true to yourself. Confidence, to me, what is the quote that I use? Confidence is an external reflection of an internal job well done. Okay, so let's pull some cards. Let's expand on the message. And I appreciate your comments. I'm glad to hear from you and how this has resonated with you. And okay, and Betty's saying also, yes, that she has heard of Brene on her TEDx talk, but you haven't read her book yet. I love being authentic and true belonging. Yeah, and you know what, Betty, I think she has more. I think she might have more than one TEDx talk. I know there's one in particular. Actually, the one I'm thinking of is not a TEDx talk, but anyway, yes, she has a lot of great talks out there. So Brene Brown, she's awesome sauce. Okay, let's pull some cards. It's awesome to have you guys here. So just let's expand on the message and see what else wants to come up. And so let's pull some questions. Oh, not wrong deck. Let's use our mirrors deck. And let me know what you think. If you're with me on video here, what do you think about this Every Day is a New Day overlay that I have here of the logo? I kind of like it. I don't know. Is it too distracting? I don't know. Curious your thoughts. Okay, let's see here. Get some cards. Sending you a virtual hug wherever you are. That's okay, Betty. Betty's acknowledging the misspelling. It's all good. We know what you meant. It's all good. It all happens. And Sinead, S is saying the passage has a real soul-soothing quality to it too. You know what? I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you got that out of it. I do too. I did too. Okay, let me focus for a moment, and then I could actually continue to say even more about the book. But let's see what additional questions and insights want to come through as we pull cards from this first deck. I just saw the word surrender, and the one that just popped out, oh my gosh, isolation. And at the bottom it says, are you reflecting and learning or running away? And the image on the card is a pathway where there's one person sitting as if they are, I want to say, doing like a yoga position. This to me is confirmation that we have been heard as we've been talking about the quest for true belonging, and the courage to stand alone. Which, if you aren't comfortable, if you aren't deliberately practicing your ability to be able to stand alone, that may feel like isolation, right? And so even that, if we flip that, right? Am I isolated, or am I choosing to be courageous and stand alone? Same thing, different ends of the spectrum there. Let's see what these cards are all turned around right now. Let's see what additional message may want to come through. Ooh, okay. We've got one that's wanting to peek out. What do we have here? We have a judgment. Are your judgments truly what you believe? Are your judgments truly what you believe? I love this. Let's see if there's one more. Okay, I don't know. I think I got the message that no, there's not. So I'm just going to end there. Oh, on the bottom we have blessings. Blessings. Are you counting them today? And as I read that, just has me thinking about, any situation where you may feel isolated. If you're feeling isolated, that doesn't typically feel like a good feeling. And yet, if we look at the blessing of it could be you're being gifted some quiet time, being gifted time to go within and not have distractions of other people or situations, whatever it may be, to really get clear on what do you believe? Are you taking time to reflect and learn? So just wanted to add that there. Okay, we've got some extra comments here. What do we have here? Oh, Sinead's saying she doesn't know what I mean about the overlay. Well, on the screen, you should be able to see on this side right here a big sun. It's the logo, the Every Day is a New Day show logo. I see two up and a tiny one on the bottom left. Okay, so I think you're seeing it. Okay. Okay. And Betty says she's escaping to the beach during the middle of the week. Awesome. Okay. Good. Okay, let's see here. Let's pull some more cards. Let's pull. You know what? Okay, we're going to pull from the Rebel deck now. It's early on, but we're going to go ahead and go for it because I think this is a situation like this, say something where you're being challenged, or maybe it's not challenging for you, right? But let's say you're in a situation where you're in some sort of wilderness. You might be feeling isolated, or you're having to be more courageous right now for whatever reason. Notice there was the S word a couple times in that passage, and I didn't say it out loud. You might be getting to that space where you're breaking off the shackles and maybe using some words and terms that you don't typically say, and it's all good. And so let's pull it from the Rebel deck because they have more of those words. And they help us to break free or to feel free, right? To feel free. Hi, Joanne. Good to see you here. Awesome to have you join us. Okay, let's go ahead and pull from the Rebel deck. Okay, what messages want to come through for everyone who views today's video live and on the replay? Okay. Okay, let's see here. It says, whatever you are thinking about, don't do it. And the back says, now is not the effing time. Okay, so that might be a specific message for one person in particular. Feel free to let us know if that's you. Let's see what additional message may want to come through the Rebel deck. Oh. Okay. One fell on the floor. I love this one. This is kind of one of the Oh, anyway, okay, I'll show it to you. It says, "You're the ish. You're the ish." And the back says, "Don't forget it." And it also has some other comments because this is kind of one of the, here, just look at that part. Don't forget it. You're the ish. Ish is my form of S word. Clean S word for media. Okay, let's do one more. Because these are fun. Oh, whoa, that one flipped up. It's a good one. Okay, hold on, I'm getting caught. They broke your heart. F them. Oh, come on. I hope you're laughing with me. Hope you're laughing with me. Okay, so there are those, and I forgot, I don't need these when I'm just going solo. So let me move that. Okay. Let's put this deck back. Let's pull some more messages. Let me know if any of those resonated for you. And awesome. Thank you, S. I appreciate you. She says she's liking the new Bright Sun logo. Awesome. And I'm good. I'm glad we're getting some laughter here from those cards. Yes, right? That's right, yo. When you're okay, on that note, let's do some self-love. In case that, if anyone's going through a heartbreak or so glad you love those cards. That was awesome. Okay, so let's get some self-love going. Let's see here. What additional message wants to come through for everyone who views today's video? All these bright souls. Let's see here. What do we got? What do you got? Okay. I let go of the past with ease. I trust the process of life. I affirm that I am now willing to release the need for any negative situations and conditions. You know, a phrase that I really love, like if you can, okay, well, the phrase is basically something to the effect, you can switch this up for your situation, but something to the effect of, I now choose to learn my life situations with ease, or with ease and grace, something to that effect. As opposed to, if you notice that there's been a certain degree of struggle, you may see that, well, that struggle led to you also learning certain lessons, right? But what if you decide to say, oh my goodness, I don't want to learn through struggle anymore. I choose to learn through ease. I choose to learn through ease and grace. I love that. We have that choice. We can choose that. Let's see if there's one more self-love card that wants to come through. Expand on our conversation today. Okay. I accept all of myself. The work I do on myself is not a goal. It is a process, a lifetime process. I choose to enjoy the process. Yes. I accept all of myself. And so if you are looking for new affirmations, remember, all of the messages on these cards can be used as affirmations. Oh, actually, I wanted to keep that one out. Okay, keep that one out. Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, you guys are loving the Rebel deck. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to see that. Good. Okay, I'm glad things are resonating. Okay, let's see. Let's move on then. I am just, you know what? We're going to pull from the self-care deck. Self-care deck. And if you haven't already, wherever you're viewing today's conversation, if you would give it a thumbs up or a heart or whatever, wherever you're viewing, that would be awesome. Okay, let's see what additional message wants to come through. Oh, that was quick. Okay, what do we have? We have passion. Okay, and the image is a young girl playing a grandfather piano. I think that's the right phrase. There's lightning in the background, and it looks like there's also water. And there is a dove coming out of the pianos. So, okay, passion. It says, resurrect a childhood dream. Let your passion take flight. Resurrect a childhood dream. This is now also a fantastic time for that. So if you're in the space of getting more clear, maybe being more courageous, of allowing yourself to stand alone or simply be seen for who you authentically truly are, fantastic time to also resurrect a childhood dream and let your passion take flight, if that resonates for you. Okay, let's see if there's one more from this deck. Let's see, one more self-care card. Go ahead and knock on it again. Okay, what additional message wants to come through? Okay, what's this one? Pleasure. To me, kind of similar in the same vein. They're both purple. Okay, pleasure. Do something just for fun. Pleasure is one of life's essential nutrients. And on this one, we've got bubbles, and we've got, she's wearing a frilly outfit, and we've got a couple of cats. Okay. And the sky is really multicolored and pretty. Okay. And the lights are on. The lights are on. The lights are on. Are the lights on with your passion? Are you allowing yourself to accept all of you? Because that's where it starts first. It's not about other people accepting us first. It's about ourselves accepting ourselves first. How can we expect other people to accept who we are if we don't accept ourselves first, right? That's where it begins. And that's also where it can be horrifyingly scary, depending on how much, you may have allowed yourself to do that up to the moment when you say, screw it. I'm absolutely going to be true to myself, belong to myself, and no longer abandon myself. On that note, I'm going to pull a chakra card. So let's see what chakra card wants to come through. What chakra wants to be noticed or brought attention to? See, these cards are no longer new. So they're, oh my gosh, a whole bunch just flew out. One in particular, landed on my hand. So this will be the one. Love it. Second chakra, sacral chakra, creative manifestation. We've got 4 affirmations on here, 4 statements. I'm going to choose 1 and 2. Let's see. 1 says, I have the ability to manifest and create positive outcomes in my life. I have the ability to manifest and create positive outcomes in my life. The second one says, it is a time for me to manifest what I need. I ask myself, what do I need? Okay. It is a time for me to manifest what I need. I ask myself, what do I need? I'm a big fan of asking questions. Asking questions out loud, and whether it be as simple as to yourself, to the angels, to your higher self, to God, whoever you speak to. Because in the asking, then you open the pathway for that answer. The answer may literally be right there. And as soon as you ask, all of a sudden, oh, now you know. So, S is saying, yay, yes to that. We learn through grace and ease. Yes, 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 yes. And thank you for all the thumbs up in the comments. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. What else do we want to pull? You know what? We haven't pulled from the Abraham Hicks Wellbeing deck for a while. Let's go ahead and do that because we've got some law of attraction going on here. We have it going on everywhere, every day, all day, every year, all time. Okay, just to be clear. Okay, let's see. Let's see what message wants to come through this particular deck, though, to further facilitate our conversation. And just think about that. You being true to yourself, you now get to be a more powerful magnet for what's wanting to align with you. If you aren't being authentic to yourself, then how can what you desire be a match for you? So yeah, if that's the space, if you're in the space of wanting to manifest more, it's about being the energy of what it is you desire. Okay. Just settling in. That was a long pause here. I don't know. Let's shake it again. Okay. And let's go for it. Let's see what message. Nope, that's not those. Wants to come through. Okay, what do we have here? Through the corridor of my joy is the pathway to my desire. Most say, when I get that, I will be joyful. But you must be joyful first. You must start with the determination that I will not settle for less than feeling good. Right there. I will not settle for less than feeling good. Okay, I don't know. Okay, that was interesting. So I will not settle. The whole card just fell out of my hand right now. So, so let's bring that back to the conversation of being true to yourself. Are you operating from the space of a false sense of feeling good because, other people have accepted you? Or a deep inner peace of feeling good? Because whether you stand alone or not, you're being true to yourself. And what I've found is that the longer we abandon ourselves, aren't true to ourselves, don't belong to ourselves, we can find ourselves so disconnected and in a certain degree of pain or discomfort that then there's okay, I no longer can deny myself any longer. And now I finally choose to accept all of me. You deserve to belong to you. You are designed to belong to you. You are your most powerful when you belong to you. And so how fitting that Abraham Hicks would, of course, be acknowledging that. Okay, let's see here. I'm kind of pulling from all the decks. Let's pull from Kimmy's Rolodex deck. How long have we been going? Okay, we'll go a few more minutes. We can go a few more minutes. I was expecting today's conversation may go up to about 45 minutes or so. So let's see here. Okay, Kimmy's Rolodex deck is literally an old Rolodex deck. Okay, with messages. So let's see what message wants to come through. Okay, hold up. Okay. Infinity. And how can you create a more fun beginning, middle, or end to the story of today? How can you create a more fun beginning, middle, or end to the story of today? Does that bring up something for you? Let's see if there's one more that wants to come out. No. Oh, hello. Yes. So cards separated, and this is the one that I saw. Take a stand for you. Take a stand for you. I'm put that above my head. Take a stand for you. I could repeat that one 8 million more times. I will spare you and not do that. Take a stand for you. So what does that mean? What does that look like? Here I have the number 6. I don't know, just sharing in case that means anything for somebody. Let's go ahead and move on to our angel cards. See what additional messages want to come through. And yes, let's begin with our Keith Leon deck, Walking with Your Angels. You can get that one at beyondbeliefpublishing.com. Gorgeous artwork. And let's see here what angel message wants to come through. Okay, it's like all of a sudden, my attention keeps being drawn to my hair. My apologies. Okay. And there's a pop-up on my screen. 1 second. Here we go. Okay. Allowing, receiving. I hope y'all crack up when that happens. Okay, so I think all the angels wanted to come out today. Let's see. There's one on the table and then a small handful left in my hands. Let's see. What do we have here? Archangel Metatron. If y'all don't know, I have a bit of klutziness in me. Okay, let's see here. Archangel Metatron. Dear one, call upon me when you need support to balance your aura. Okay, dear one, call upon me when you need support to balance your aura, to acclimate to changes in ascension, and to adjust to major energetic shifts in your life. You have the power to face and conquer anything you put your vision and words behind. Speak your word, ask for my support, and I will remove any obstacles that may stand in the way of your creation. That was an awesome message. So that's Archangel Metatron. It threw in there, acclimate to changes in ascension. Okay, I think that's it for this deck. Maybe I'll take a picture of everything that fell on the floor today, just so y'all can see what's on my floor. Okay, let's move on. I am going to pull from a couple more angel decks. Let's pull from Daily Guidance from your angels. Thanks for the smiley faces, y'all. Oh, trustworthy guidance. Trustworthy guidance. I don't know. I just wanted to show that one, I guess. Okay, let's see. What additional message wants to come through? Okay, I caught those ones. Okay, we have two that popped out. So we have here, there's nothing to worry about. Let's look at the second one. And have confidence. Okay, let's read these. There's nothing to worry about. This is always a gorgeous one too. I love the deep, rich colors in this one. You are safe, and the situation is under the perfect control of divine providence and universal order. Only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into the situation to ensure that the highest possible outcome flows effortlessly to and through you. There's nothing to worry about. Okay, the second one, have confidence. Moving forward does not necessarily require you to have confidence in yourself. Confidence in God is enough, along with knowing that God works through you and with you in all ways. Lean upon us if your confidence wavers, and we will buoy your courage and faith. There we have that courage again. So if you're in the process of practicing being courageous to stand alone, whatever that may mean, being the odd man out, maybe separating from people you've been around your entire life. Maybe that's just choosing something completely new and different for the next phase of your life. Maybe there's concern of what are people going to think of me. Have confidence that even if you aren't feeling that confident in yourself just yet, you can still have confidence in God, the universe, the angels. So ultimately, there's nothing to worry about. Okay, we are near wrapping up, but not just quite yet. Let's further pull Let's further pull. Okay, let's pull from this one. Ooh. The deck almost slipped out of my hand. Okay, so I affirm that I do a great job holding the cards in my hand. I affirm that the cards land in an easy location for me to access and read them to you. Hello, good morning, lovely Sarah. Good to see you here. We are nearing the end of today's Inspirational Message Monday. We still have a few more cards to pull. So, okay, this one here. What do we, oh, love him. We have Archangel Michael. I am with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. I love doing this. I love it. Courage, courage. You are being heard. We are being heard. When you speak out what you're dealing with, what you're experiencing, what you're looking to grow stronger in, to cultivate and develop more within you, maybe it's greater self-acceptance, maybe it's more of that courage to stand alone, that courage, inner strength to branch out, move forward, do something new into the unknown, into the wilderness, braving the wilderness. This entire conversation has been heard, right? It's been less than an hour. So I'm just simply pointing out and affirming that it doesn't have to take a lifetime to receive confirmation that you've been heard. When you speak, when you ask, immediately right then, you're pulling in those resources and the support and the love, the angels, my goodness. Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, these other unnamed angels showed up. Beautiful. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. What do we have here? Yeah, and S is confirming or affirming. Amazing to have the confirmation of the angels around us. I agree. I completely agree. Okay, so I think it's that time, y'all. It's that time where we pull the final card from our postcards from Spirit deck. Woo woo. Okay, let's see here. Let me know your thoughts on today's conversation. Do you see relevance in your current, goings on in your life? Or do you see relevance and alignment with whatever you're going through or dealing with or just experiencing or witnessing or observing? Feel free to let me know in the comments. And I hope that this conversation has been of support to you as you move through your day, your week, your month, your year. I'm just waiting for the right moment here to pull the next card. And for some reason, I got to keep adjusting in my chair. I don't know why. Okay, that feels good. Okay, let's see. What additional message? Our final message at today's Inspirational Message Monday that wants to come through for everybody on the live or the replay. All are welcome. Okay. It slipped out the bottom and landed right on the table. Thank you. Okay. We have this one that says, with love. With love. And you got a little cherub there. Okay. Here we go. Dearest you, a rigid tree branch breaks under strong winds. We've had this one before. It's such a good one. Okay. I'm going to start over. Dearest you, a rigid tree branch breaks under strong winds, yet flexible seaweed survives powerful ocean swells. Right now, we gently remind you that being flexible is a good choice when faced with life's challenges. Surrender your fixed ideas to Spirit, who knows what is in your highest good and can deliver to you what you need in the appropriate form. In this moment, rather than fighting or being too sure of your way working out, be a little looser and allow for another outcome. Compromise can be the best way forward if you are to learn new ways of doing and seeing. Stay aware, curious, and teachable. Take life on life's terms. Your purpose may push you in a direction not on your map. Let it. Be so flexible that no storm can uproot you. In the end, you will still be rooted in the world, in abundance, and you will indeed experience the beauty that is yours. We love you so much. And be so flexible that no storm can uproot you. The more that you belong to yourself, you have a strong internal foundation that you can weather however many people around you disagree with you, want to, whatever challenging situations around you. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to know what's going to happen and or when, but the more you belong to yourself, it's easier for you to be this flexible person who doesn't feel as much intense uprootment if you're encountering a storm that's taking you to unknown, unexpected places. So there we go. Those are our messages for today. I saw massive alignment with all of them. I loved them. And I am glad to see that S is also saying so much relevance and alignment. Kim, good, good, good. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. I thank you for being with me. Love doing these. Occasionally take a week off or so, but glad to be back here with you. On Thursdays, we have awesome guest interviews, but I must say that I was informed that my guest for this week had a schedule conflict, and so I am currently in the process of deciding if we're going to have someone else or maybe we will not have a guest interview this week, so we'll just have to see. But thank you for being here with me, and I didn't say it yet. If you have not yet joined the Let Your Light Shine movement, then I want to remind you that you have an open invitation to do so. And that is simply you saying, yes, you choose to belong to you. You believe in yourself. You know that you shine. When you shine, our world shines that much brighter. So for our audio only listeners, you can join by going to bit.ly/Let Your Light Shine movement. And if you would like to connect with me, you can also go to KimO'NeillCoaching.com. O'Neill is O'Neill. I am a life coach, confidence coach, authentic alignment coach, interview coach. Hello, that's a big one too. So anyway, I thank you for being here. Have an amazing day, everybody. I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. You're welcome, Betty.